I'm Linda Campbell-Wise, and I am the Assistant Principal of Counseling at Belmont Adult School, and I am in charge of all the academic programs, including adult basic education and secondary education. Prior to EBRI, reading was kind of the road to nowhere. In other words, the black hole where students would go, and I would check on them a week later, a month later, and they wouldn't be there anymore. Or if they were there, it was a very little progress, and they stayed there for a long time if they were brave enough to actually stay there. Most students would just leave, and we'd never see them again. And so my need to find something better for our students outweighed my fear that my fear of the change of coming to a new reading program. Managed enrollment is a tricky thing, especially from an administrative viewpoint. You need students, you need the ADA, you hate to turn students away because you're afraid you'll never get them back. So that is a challenge. And once we started, I worked with our teachers and we came up with the best management plan we could in terms of enrolling. And to date, it's worked very well. We only allow students to come in on a Monday, and Monday's when class begins, and it's worked very well for us. We see that students are motivated, and if they're motivated enough to come back on Monday, they stay. And if they're not motivated enough to come back on Monday, maybe they're not ready for the program. Well, change, like I say, change always brings lots of questions, lots of skepticism. Your staff is asking, how are we going to do this? How are we going to, what are we going to tell students? The secret to all that, I believe, is for whoever's in charge of the counseling program or for the administrative aspect of that program needs to have good communication with everybody. Everybody needs to be on the same page. Everybody needs to be in complete agreement, and then come back at some point in time and ask yourself and ask your staff, is this working? Can we do this better? Can we, instead of 1 week, can we wait 1 month? Can we wait? I think it's an ever-evolving process, and you always have to keep asking, how can it be better? The EBRI program has brought, I think, many successes to our school. I'm excited every time I go to visit the classroom. I see students, and I don't mean I always see students, but I mean I really see students. I see them engaged, I see them working, I see them happy, interacting, and it's just, the retention has been fabulous. I see students moving from level to level, and I see more movement into our academic program, which of course is the goal of every school. And I believe some of that managed enrollment helped to bring that to us, because it really, even though we may have lost a few students along the way, the students that actually came were motivated, they were willing to take the challenge, and we accepted them. And I think it's brought a lot of positive rewards to the school. I've never seen enrollment in a reading program as high as it is now in both our evening and morning program. I've never seen students as willing and as eager to go into a class. And suddenly, the road to nowhere leads to what I believe is a very good success.
We need to have managed enrollment in these classes. You can't have students coming in every day. That is too disruptive to the classroom, it's too disruptive to instruction. So we are working with our schools to implement managed enrollment in reading classes. That's been a big change for us, but it's been a positive change. Students and teachers like that. They like knowing that the same students are coming back every day. The students like knowing that lessons are progressing, that they're not having to review everything every day because new students are entering their classrooms. So that's been an operational issue. Now what we're seeing, though, is that principals are calling, they're wanting evidence-based reading instruction teachers When they're looking for someone new, that's who they want. They don't want someone off the street as they might have taken before. They want a trained teacher. And the teachers we're getting now through this program really know what they're doing in the classroom.